Hey, what's up, YouTube? Fair and Zelia here with another Third Time's the Charm. This time it's on Crisis, one of my least favorite maps, actually. I really don't like it. It's just the layout of it. I don't know what about it is. I just don't find it as appealing as some of the other maps. But I was having some difficulties with the guns I was using, so I pulled out the Galil, and the most popular and reliable attachment that I found was the suppressor. So that's what I'm using. And I know that the middle is a very strong choke point of the map, so I immediately try to take out a post here. And because a lot of it's sort of like a funneled area. A lot of the time, most of the other paths link up to it. So I'll stay around here and sort of take control of that choke point if I can. It's sort of dangerous sometimes with that much traffic from two different areas. But my review on the Galil is dim. It doesn't have enough kick. I find I like the kick. Sort of, it helps me with my aiming. When it's really smooth, I'm not very aggressive with it, and I think you need to be a little bit more aggressive with the suppressed weapon, because if it's smoother, you need to pull it across more, or maybe have a higher sensitivity. I don't know what my issue is, but it just doesn't seem as powerful or not as powerful, but definitely not as mobile, but it's not as reliable for me. One thing it's a love-hate thing, the aim assist, that if you're not using your right thumbstick, it sort of moves you if there's an enemy behind a wall, and that's sort of what happened back there when I was waiting for them. But if I see someone coming and I'm waiting for them and I know they're going to come, and the aim assist like pulls you ahead of them, almost as if it's giving you the lead on them in case they keep running. But it screws me up sometimes. I wish they would sort of just take it out. It's good for identifying where people are, but for my opinion, it'd be better off if it wasn't there. And as far as I know, for PC, they don't have that, because their aimer is their mouse, and their mouse is always moving, so it's not really needed for them. But the power of a Galil, it's really good. I just think my accuracy with the attachment, I think it's just lower, so it's hard for me to get the number of hits I need on it. And this guy wouldn't die. I killed two guys on each side of him, and I couldn't get him. But I'm really just trying to move around, but I keep going back, sort of relying on that middle area for a couple kills. Yeah, frag grenades I've found that frag grenades are what most people use. A lot of people use Semtexes too. Some people use Tomahawks. They're for some nice kills. But in Modern Warfare 2, most of the default classes, if I can remember, like the recon or whatever, the running class that you start with the default, has a Semtex. So some of the default classes have Semtexes, and that's what people gravitated to using. It stuck to people. It had a short explosion timing, and it had a very large blast radius. But the frag grenade, not many people that I saw using them, I didn't see many people using them, let's just say. And I know why, because it just wasn't what people got used to. And a lot of the good players would use it so they can time their explosions, and that's exactly what everyone does now. I got a little lucky there, but because when you started as a default class in Black Ops, everything had a frag grenade, so that's what people just started using, and then when they got used to it, they didn't really want to change it, and that's what they gravitated to, is what worked the best and was working, what most people use the most. So it's sort of a piss off at the same time, because they can time it, and as soon as you see a grenade, or even before you see the indicator, you're dead. And it's realistic. I don't have too many qualms about it, but it's just so many people using it. I think I died almost half of my kills in most of the games in the last couple of days. Half of them, I swear, were either a random grenade or just a really well-timed grenade. Well, not half, but like a large chunk of them. And I wasn't dying many times the last couple of days. I was on a roll. But it was just those grenades that I thought I'd touch up on. Why I didn't make them. One thing that I noticed I envied, not envy, I hate, the word mixed up, but I hate that they did, is as soon as a person spawns, as soon as the person spawns, they show up on my radar when I'm in a chopper gunner. And that's just wrong, because, I mean, they don't have any time if they're in a spawn trap to get out. But video's coming to an end. Grab the last kill of a stolen weapon. This is Febuary, and I'm out. Peace.
Good work.
Boobs.